You're watching a B.A.S.S. presentation.
Ounces matter at this place. The Lawrence Bassmaster Elite at Lake Tenkiller. It's the final day here. Top 10 fishing, and boy, we had a tie for 10th. Needed a tiebreaker to break that and advance Jordan Lee to the final day. Ounces up the leaderboard till you get to the top 5, and a little bit of separation from second to fourth. But the big story this week, Andrew Loberg, almost a 4-pound lead going into the final day, but clouds like that will loom large over the fishery for most of the morning. We have big storms through the night, also lingering through takeoff this morning in Such. It was a rainy takeoff compared to yesterday, where the weather wasn't too shabby until midday.
Yeah, it hit later. Today it was maybe even going to delay the launch, but they took off under a little lighter rain than what just went through earlier this morning when they were launching their boats. It's going to pop in and out all day, Ronnie, so they're going to have to deal with some rushing water coming in there.
Rain, not the big deal at takeoff, but lightning in the area had anglers and staff concerned, but we were able to get the 10 anglers out on Tenkiller successfully as they head out to start their final day. And what a final day it should be. We saw so many fish catches yesterday with just 50 anglers out there. Lake Tenkiller has produced this week. We've seen so much quantity. We've seen all 3 species come into play. And Such, we started to see some quality show up yesterday. A lot more 3-pounders, even with just half the anglers fishing.
After that late afternoon storm, when it stopped raining, it started hitting. Bass track was lighting up. We had a lot of good fish coming in.
Mentioned a tie for 10th. Jordan Lee won the tiebreaker over Brock Mosley and slides into our cut. Brandon Card, one of the anglers moving up the leaderboard into the top 10. Same goes for KJ Queen. We had 3 new anglers outside the top 10 jump into the top 10. Trey McKinney switched gears yesterday. We saw him go up shallow, tested in the morning, went back out deep, then fished some log jams and was able to make the final day. We mentioned a 3rd angler to jump up, Logan Latuso. You saw a brown one in his bag there, keeping it versatile. Bob Downey, such a solid, rock solid event for him this week. Kyle Welcher doing what he does best, mixing it up throughout the week. Started the day in our top 5. Wes Logan, really strong afternoon for him. A couple key bites had him in 3rd place. Keith Combs, 12.5 pounds yesterday, off of his pace, but better than the rest, 2nd place. And Andrew Loberg looked like for a while there he was on that 8 to 10 pound bag, Such. We started to say he's not going to weigh that in today, because good fish after good fish, when the heavy rains came, popped into his boat, and he ended up with 15.9, one of the biggest bags of day 3, and extended his lead from less than a pound up to almost 4 pounds.
He made the others catch a really big bag today, Ronnie, but he's got to get his 12-pound base.
We head out to Andrew Loberg live this morning.
We got to start. We got to start. Got to start with 1. Got to start with 1.
The spotted bass variety for Andrew Loberg. The former California angler moved to Alabama now.
Let's go.
Hoping to go wire to wire, become our 3rd elite rookie to win this year. 4 if you count Eastern Fothergill in the Classic.
Got a pound and a half?
Yeah.
He would be just the 2nd angler to go wire to wire this year for a victory. Last event, Pat Schlopper led all 4 days at the Sabine River, and Andrew Loberg's trying to do the same thing. KJ Queen, strong day 3, trying to roll that into a strong day 4 as well.
Yes. One. Okay, have to switchblade. We're putting a tag on here. We gotta get rid of him today.
Well recovered from his day 1 10 pounds, 14 ounces. with 15.2 and 16.5. Started 8th today, KJ Queen. It was a magic trick, Ronnie.
I threw in that every day, haven't caught one yet.
You'd like for every bite to be a 5-pounder, but that would have been a little bit tricky, Such.
He tickled himself when he got it over there.
KJ Queen just made me think he was in college back when we were here for 2018 for the championship. Not a great finish, but did fish Lake Tenkiller the year that Cody Huff won the college championship. He was a part of this event that summer of 2018.
Speaking of that 2019 Tenkiller, Combs and Card made the top 10 then, and Carl Jacobson came in. It was 4.5 pounds down on the final day, and he goes on a flurry. He catches almost 12.5, 13 pounds in 7 minutes on his way to the big bag. 19-12 to win his first.
Second keeper coming in for Andrew Loberg.
And they're not that big, Ronnie. If he doesn't get over 10 pounds, it might leave the door open a little bit.
Looking at the top 10 fishing today, Such, the only 2 anglers in the top 10 who were on the Elite Series in 2019, they both made the top 10. Everyone else was not on the Elite Series for the year of 2019.
Yeah, there was a 75-man field. Half of them are gone.
KJ Queen, another one this morning.
I thought he was bigger than that, man. That thing dogged me. Not a bad one. We gotta get big ones though.
Andrew Loberg's first 2 fish, giving him 3 pounds total and now almost a 7-pound lead. So we wait for Keith Combs to put his first fish in the boat. Meanwhile, KJ Queen's 2 fish have bumped him into the top 3.
Couple of 2-pounders.
Just passing this man, Wes Logan, who spent most of his day flipping bushes and wood, but started yesterday on marina docks. Looks like he is back to that type of region today for the morning. Wes Logan.
Ooh.
Not too bad of a start for him.
Seen some good fish come from underneath the boat docks this week, Ronnie.
I think we've seen a lot of largemouth and spotted bass. That might be the first smallmouth I've seen someone catch on a dock this week on live. Obviously, all 3 species live in Tenkiller and are factors with the 12-inch size limit, but where they still live, it's peculiar sometimes. Day 1, Such, we saw a lot of anglers catching largemouth offshore. We saw smallmouth in the bushes.
Well, what's up with that?
You just do not know when you set the hook what species it will be. Today, with all the rain, this is 3 days of camera equipment, microphones, everything else getting affected by heavy rain and storms. This reminds me of the Sabine in 2015, how much rain we have had in this general region and the strength of these storms. And so today may be touch and go with some audio from some anglers, so we will keep an eye on that as best we can.
Or even cameras. I remember, Sabine, when the Mason brothers were using hair dryers and putting cameras out in the sun to dry out. The lenses got water inside the lenses.
Looking in at Keith Combs. Started the day in 2nd place, closest pursuer to Andrew Loberg. Out with Bob Downey. Talk about how this place has fluctuated. It came up another 1/4 of a foot last night, Such, 0.25 or so. So nothing drastic, but certain areas will certainly look different. You know, 1/4 of an inch down the lake is clear and maybe there's some wood in the water. 1/4 of an inch up the lake means maybe dirtier water, a lot more junk flowing down the system.
That's watching last week and when it was storming before we even came here, and just a good rain. It'll rise up 2-3 feet. It rose up 2-3 feet one day just looking at the water levels here.
So you can see that red is bad, but green and yellow, that's just going to be rain and heavier rain. And so we are right there in the center of your screen. You can't see Lake Tenkiller because of the radar, but looks like it's going to be a rainy, at least start to the final day. But that has not stopped the fish catches. We've already got 6 catches on Bass Track. We're keeping an eye on more to come. Big day of coverage today. 8 a.m. Eastern time in 5 minutes. We'll be on FS1 for 3 hours. We'll be down for an hour, and then we'll be on Big Fox midday. So we'll see you there for Lake Tenkiller.